It's been a long way, but the time has come, it's finally here. Oh, oh, you can turn the page, start anew, it begins right here. Oh.
What we mean when we talk about essential learning outcomes is skills in addition to content. As a public school district, we've been hyper-focused, as have all districts across the state of Michigan, on the coverage and the attainment of content standards, making sure that students' standardized test scores go up, and to make sure that they are all proficient in these key areas. And that's still important to us. But we also know, in talking to our community, that skills and how students use that content is also of importance to us as well.
There are 5 essential learning outcomes, and they are agency, collaboration, knowledge and thinking, oral communication, and written communication. Our goal is to prepare students not only for high school, but for either career or college-ready bound. So the skills they are learning here will just help them be more prepared for the future.
My favorite project was the culture project, which was the first one that we did, and I actually learned a lot about myself when we did that. So I kind of like that one.
Agency is the idea of students taking ownership of their learning and really being in control of their learning. So there's lots of different facets of that. Some of it is just turning things in on time and completing your work to the best of your ability. But then it even goes beyond that to seek feedback and try to improve your work, and even seek out challenges when you're ready for them to improve to your very best level.
So it's all about making sure that they are interested in what they're doing in the classroom and excited about what they're doing in the classroom. So a big part of agency is active participation and just being excited about what they're learning and being invested in their learning.
I myself have a hard time. If I'm not interested in something, it'll be hard for me to focus. So with this, it's easier for me to be interested in it and get it done.
Collaboration is your ability to work with others, whether it's one-on-one in a partner or in a team. We're hoping to build students' skills and ability to foster collaboration. So everyone in a group brings a different knowledge set or knowledge base or background information a different perspective that they can share with their group to enhance learning.
Everyone knows something that someone else doesn't. Everyone's a teacher.
They're sharing their knowledge so that they can better understand and deeper understand what they do know.
It makes me feel pretty proud that I know this and I can teach other people about it.
Knowledge and thinking I always thought of as kind of a traditional grade. I want you to know some facts and some figures, and I want you to be able to do these processes.
Knowledge and thinking, how I explained it during conferences, was this is like the meat and potatoes, what we are learning about in science, social studies, math, ELA, right? So this is the main curriculum that in a normal whatever school, that's what you would normally receive. That's like half of what our kids are evaluated on, right? They are still being graded on what you know in that content, but you have to have these other, agency, collaboration, written and oral communication skills as well.
Oral communication has a couple different components to it. So presentations are a part, making our work public, partnering with community members and putting on a presentation to show what we've learned or to solve a problem is an important component, but oral communication also could be standing up and sharing something with the class, or turning and talking with a partner within a small group.
When we hear oral communication, sometimes we jump immediately to presenting in a giant room in front of 100 people. But there's a lot of baby steps that go in before that. So in the English project they just worked on, they started by just telling their story to another student, really low stakes. Everybody's really good at talking to their friends, so that's how they started their oral communication.
Written communication is still critical and essential, and we have found ways to integrate it within our content areas so that it's relevant to what they're learning. So it's not, we learned this content and now we're going to write about it. It's embedded and woven throughout the project so that it feels applicable to what they're learning.
So in math, your written communication might just be showing your work, explain your reasoning. I want to see your thinking rather than just getting an answer.
I like writing a lot. It's probably one of my favorite things to do.
To be honest, it's a pretty big mind shift. It is a big mind shift to go from A's, B's, C's to demonstrating something on a rubric. 2 different concepts. However, really the rubrics are designed so students can see where they are and a little bit more that they need to do to get to the next level.
All of the learning outcomes are best taught when they are chunked into smaller bits. So it's a lot, and it's different from what the traditional style of learning and teaching and assessment. But in best practice, teachers are taking a row from one of the rubrics that are provided from the New Tech Network, and they're providing opportunities for students to practice them in their classroom.
Rubrics are the criteria that you have to meet when you're writing like your story or like a page.
The rubric has indicators that go down the side, which are different look-fors or skills to improve upon, and then across the top there's 4 different categories. I believe it's emerging, developing, proficient, and advanced. And so we're striving for developing and proficient, especially within their first year of implementation. But when students start out at emerging, sometimes it's a shock. Like that means I'm not good at it. You know, that's so kids are disappointed or discouraged. But our hope is to shift that mindset and shift their thinking as you're here right now, and that's okay. But we're going to help you get here through these practices and protocols.
Long-term goals, they're going to have these skills that they're going to use when they go to work or go to college, that they're going to use for the rest of their life. Short-term goals, students at this age level, middle school level, they learn through people. So having them talk to each other and interact and do group work and collaborate is actually very good for their learning, and it increases their ability to understand what they're learning. So now we're grading them on what they're doing, but it's also an expectation for us to teach our kids how to do that and how to learn effectively in the way that is best for them.
I do believe that the net effect of teaching and assessing students' skills in addition to content over the course of their time throughout school will first and foremost make students more conscious that those are important, and second of all, provide them just unlimited numbers of opportunity for feedback from trusted adults on getting closer to that hoped for outcome that we have for all kids.
I think it's really important that we're getting them ready for high school and getting them prepared for the future as well, and getting them ready to be in the career fields that they want to be and be able to share and have skills for that.
These skills are really the things that I think are the most transferable. The content is great and the content is important, but no matter what these students choose to do when they're done with their education, they're still going to need to be able to communicate in writing and orally. They're still going to need to be able to collaborate. So these are the things that are really preparing them for whatever life holds for them outside of the educational realm.